just in your mind know that the people that really accept you for who you are is what makes your life and brings the quality of your life, and that's what ultimately matters. That, and then on top of that, like you were just saying, the thought that there are other people that do go through this pain. And I'm thankful that, I know, and I'm conscious of the things that I do have in my life. You got to take advantage. It's not like, definitely, man, I definitely get down. Like, life's not perfect, but like, you can't let other people's opinions shape yours. And that's kind of the biggest thing I learned. It's so hard to do that because we're such communal animals and we care about each other's emotions. But ultimately, your happiness figments from yourself. And when you can show that you love yourself, other people, like you were just saying, I mean, they pick up on that. So
Facts.
that's part of it. I have a great career and, I'm paid well and all that, but that's not why I do what I do. I mean, part of being a man is, and a lot of people don't do this. Most people don't do this, is follow what makes them happy. But do you really think about this, man? I know it's so far down the road and it is a cliche thing to say, but it is true. When you're on your own fucking deathbed, it's not going to be your parents. It's not going to be your grandparents that are going to be there saying, I wish I did that. It's you. It's your life. And guess what? If your family loves you, they're going to follow you and support you, even though they might not necessarily understand what you're doing at the beginning. Get your tracks and you really follow that momentum, they're going to accept you for who you are.
I would love to think that, but my dad would not. He's not. There would be no way. Like, whenever I leave this house that I'm in, I have to be prepared to be on the own for the rest of my life. There's no going back. Like, there's no hit a roadblock and then like move back on your parents for a little bit, get back on your feet. There's none of that. Like, once I'm out, I'm out. And that's just something that's just like a scary thought in my mind, that I want to, have the stability. As much as I hate revolving my life around green paper, that's kind of how the world works.
There's a balance to it. I mean, you got to find something, and also too, you can also make sacrifices to do things you don't necessarily want to do to achieve the goals that you do want to achieve. So maybe that means doing some bullshit hard ass work for a few years, but guess what? If you worked in the oil field, you make $100,000 a year each year. You save that up for 5 years, that's $500,000. Live below your means and then live very cheaply on a low income and be completely independent if you wanted to, and then not even work a full 40-hour week if you wanted to, but you would be making sacrifices. It's about that conscious balance of what kind of lifestyle do you want versus how much time do you want to exert. We're both young. We're still really young, so it's not conscious as much, but time is more valuable than money.
Time's the only thing you can
Thank
get
you.
back. You can always get more money. You cannot get more time.
It's just it's a culture of dog eat dog, man, because everyone has to fight for what little they have. Think about how many people are jam-packed in such a little area. It's not worth the fight. It's honestly more. It's happening in New York. It hasn't completely happened in New York, but in California, more people have moved out of California this year than have moved in for the first time ever. This shit is ridiculous. It's too expensive for the relative standard of living and the amount of work that you do for what you get. You're basically a slave to your governor.
To move out of your house and to move into Colorado, how much roughly was all of that said and done money-wise? Because you do have to have money to do it.
It was not. So I rented before I bought my house so I started my job and I got promoted. So I've been working at the same company for 2 years. And that's when I kind of decided, okay, this is a little more secure, buy a house. But before that, man, just moving up here, that was probably from Texas. It's about 1,200 miles from Houston. That's where I'm from to where I am. It was about altogether the whole trip I spent about $1,000 with moving everything.
That's
getting new supplies and stuff. Yeah, but it's not that far of a drive. It's only 1,000 miles. Remember, it can add up, but it also can be reasonable. It's also really good if you can buddy up or if you know somebody that like lives where you're going to be headed. Well, awesome talking with you. I wish you the best of luck.
Absolutely, you too.
make sure to, work your ass off, because if you do work your ass off, people want to work with people that work hard and are trustworthy and are good people.
True.
And that will get you a long way. So that'll cover you on the money side of things. But if you have passion behind what you say too, people believe in what you're saying. That's why we had this awesome conversation here.
It was a great conversation.
It was awesome connecting with you guys.
See you later, man.
Hey, peace, bro.
We didn't even get his name.
Didn't even get his name, dude.
What a fucking guy.